it's the one guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's all like high pitched voice.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And it's very annoying.
Habooza Hoozaloos or whatever. Yeah. Like
All right, so James is gonna break down all the news when we start.
Yeah.
All right, let me go to the page real quick. Pull the bitch up. There it is. We're live.
Live?
Yes.
Doing it live.
We should be. Yes.
All right.
Waiting. Oh, there it is. Now we are.
Okay.
Now we're doing it live.
Yes. Now we're doing it live.
Doing it live.
All right, everybody.
Did you
Welcome
look-
to Movie Fight.
Yeah.
Hello.
Today we have a jam-packed DC breakdown.
Oh man, week of DC.
Yeah, Jimmy's gonna break it all down.
He's broke out the leather-bound
All right, Jimmy.
journal.
Yeah.
Leather-bound books.
Yeah.
Yes.
My
I wrote it
apartment
down. I
smells
did
of
research
rich
this
mahogany
week.
and many leather-bound books.
I figured we should be ready this week, especially because there was so much DC, and there's some other news also. One of the things that I saw, I thought you would also like, Mike.
Yeah.
There's an NBA player. He was also in one of the John Wick movies.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Mavericks center Boban
Marjanovic.
Yes.
Wow.
Is confident.
On tap.
Is confident he could take Keanu Reeves in a real fight, despite losing on screen in John Wick 3.
Yes. Have you seen the size of his hands? Yeah. No, he uses an iPad like an iPhone. That's how big his
But
hands are.
he's the one.
Huh?
He's the one though.
Yeah. This dude is a legit giant. Oh,
Is he the librarian in
Yeah.
the beginning where he gets his neck?
Yeah. Interesting fact about Boban: his parents are 5'4" and 5'3".
Oh.
Ah.
All right. So my kids have a chance.
That's what you're telling me.
You're saying there's a chance.
Oh god, that's good.
You guys may not know on the camera, but I'm a small man.
Me too.
That's
Has
good
your
stuff.
legs all
That's good.
I'm just all legs. I'm no torso. So I don't know if you have this, but some fans spotted Sacha Baron Cohen.
And Borat.
Yes.
Borat 2.
Yes.
He may be filming it right
Yes, a
now.
lot of people are
God.
speculating Borat 2 is coming.
So Borat 1 had a lot of good stuff because nobody knew who he was.
Yes.
So a lot of the stuff was naturally like, what the fuck?
Yes.
'Cause, you know, but
But then-
now most
But
people
then
recognize
Bruno
the character.
suffered.
Yeah, but did you see Bruno?
I laughed my ass off in Bruno.
Yeah,
There was
especially
some
the end, right?
fucked up
I don't know how
parts.
you like to fill your champagne glass, but I don't like to put the bottle in another man's asshole. I'm just saying.
But hold on. Have you tried it? You may.
Yeah, but like he's walking around as Borat. Like most people are gonna recognize him. Will he be able to do the?
I think he would just because of
I think enough time's passed.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That, especially if he goes after a lot of young.
So he either hits.
All the stuff he did, like he's done it before with Ali G.
Yeah.
Like when he hosted a event during like a big celebration for the Queen,
Mm-hmm.
and the two princes went to Borat's or LAG's thing over the Queen
Yeah.
because how big he is over in
Mhm.
Europe.
Yeah.
Well, have you guys seen his show Who Was America on Showtime?
A little bit.
No.
Hilarious, but he dresses up in disguise and usually fucks with political people. But every episode, or he's always got a different disguise. So the Borat is probably going to be where he wears different disguises. That's the only way you can do a movie now with him, because, like you said, he's too big of a name now.
Yeah.
So probably
I mean-
more like that.
I'll watch it, but
Yeah, like
I'm just curious if he'll be able to get natural.
now, is that
Footage.
gonna fall into a similar breakdown of that we talked about before about Dumb and Dumber 2?
Sequels you need to. I don't think you need a
That
Borat
took
sequel.
too long.
But I'm saying, but do you think that because of because it's not actually a story base, is it gonna suffer as much as one of those ones that is too late?
If they try to rehash the same shit from the first one, yes.
Yeah.
Because if you try to rewatch Borat, I don't think it's funny. But
Yeah.
watching it for the first or a couple times, it's fucked up and you laugh. But that's, in my opinion, one of the comedies that it just doesn't age well because once again you're quoting it. Everybody was fucking
Very
Borat for
nice.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So that kind of comedy isn't that person wouldn't be funny to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see it going both ways. I could see it being like that, but I could also see it being like, okay, what about you think of like a reoccurring character on SNL?
Yeah.
There's some that are like really good and they're timeless. Like everyone just enjoys it and it's funny. So
Like they're bringing back
could it have that kind of effect?
MacGruber or whatever.
MacGruber, yeah,
MacGruber.
TV
The
series.
movie was
but
garbage, but the character on SNL.
They're bringing
was good.
it on TV. They just announced it like a couple weeks ago.
The movie was so bad.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure.
I really don't know. Yeah, I could see it going that way, but I could see it being like, because it's not, like you said, not a story. It's a character that does different things. You know what I mean? So.
All right. What's
So in
next?
other news, Tenet has finally started to be seen by some people. Some reviews are out.
Thanks for reminding me that.
Sorry about that, Patton. I do have one of the quotes on here. It said, while it may not be Nolan's shining achievement, it is likely everything that fans are looking for from the accomplished director. And like Xanax, Tenet makes you feel floaty, mesmerized, and to an extent soothed by its spectacle, but also so cloudy in the head that the only option is to relax and let it blow your mind around like a balloon.
We've all been there.
Tannin or shroom?
Either way, I'm in. Like,
Either way, I like the description.
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So I haven't read, because I don't want to really know anything about it.
Mhm.
But what I have seen is just the general statements of people say good things about it.
Well, like I read you that one review.
Yeah.
That was just a number,
Mm-hmm.
which was an 8, and then a general breakdown of saying that it's good, but it, that was pretty much just the gist of it. Nothing like, hey, nothing too much.
And for a perceivably maybe not sci-fi, but like high concept, ish, that kind of thing, an 8's a pretty damn good score.
And
Sometimes
see, you asked me earlier if I was going to go to the drive-in if it shows, and Mike and I discussed on the way here.
we talked about this too,
I
so I'm
will
curious.
not.
I will not either. I
Well-
don't want to experience that movie in shit drive-in quality.
And we were talking about the audio. So the score, he's known for having like Hans Zimmer,
Exactly.
somebody big. We looked up the person doing the score. It's Goranson,
Okay.
who wrote Black Panther,
Mandalorian,
Okay.
So-
Creed.
Yeah, no,
it's
I'm
going to be really
Exactly.
heavy with that.
I'm 100% with
And,
you for that kind of
Yep.
movie. I want to experience it the best I possibly can the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe second time.
Now
but
I'll
that-
watch it at home. So if it's released digitally after a few weeks of being
Yeah.
released, I'll watch it at home. I got a good sound system. I
Yeah.
can enjoy it,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to go to a drive-in using
No.
my car speakers.
No,
Fuck
definitely
that.
not. No.
It was one of those weird things. Like, yes, we may go see New Mutants this weekend.
But that's one of those
Well,
ones.
that's
like,
one of the ones that.
You're not expecting a score that's gonna blow your mind.
I'm not expecting a movie.
A movie, yeah.
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 Have you seen an X-Men movie ever? When was the last time an X-Men movie blew your mind in a good way?
Logan.
Not like a.
Logan's about the only one
Yeah.
that like.
Does that count as an X-Men movie? It's like it's so good it doesn't count.
You're right. It's just a Hugh Jackman movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Every
It's
other
like
one,
this
you're just like.
whole
But
thing.
how awesome was it the first one when it came to theaters? Like
X-Men?
I enjoyed. no,
Well,
the first
hold
one
on.
was
I
good.
enjoyed it, but then I was like, wait, why are they all just in black suits? I didn't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, why not do your?
But there was no
what-
reference back then.
Right,
It was
and you
just
gotta
like,
say
it was
you
one of
had-
the first
you're talking about the first
adaptations,
adaptation.
at least for the modern
But-
day.
no
Yeah.
reference.
Because of the next biggest thing for people who watch anything X-Men was the X-Men animated series,
You're right.
which is one of the best animated shows ever. Like, yeah, everybody knows that intro. How dark it was, how amazingly they did all the big story arcs, like Apocalypse, the Sentinels, Phoenix, all of them.
Hellfire Club. It all
Exactly. Even when they killed, even when they did, at the beginning, when they killed Morph.
Yeah.
Oh no, Morph.
Morph. Whole season. Morph.
Yeah. Or him laying in the bed with that picture. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But
That's
so
like
then,
the
that was
best
like the
Wolverine
big
meme
thing.
ever.
Yes, it wasn't a bad movie, and some of the characters weren't, bad as they become. But
That was good. I didn't see it in the theaters though. I don't remember when I saw it the first time.
When did the first one come out?
2000.
Was it 2000?
It was 2000. Because
I
they had
was
like
just a little
they had
bit-
like the 20-year anniversary not that long ago, like a couple months ago. So
Spider-Man was right after, right? X-Men was the first one. Spider-Man came out like 2002.
yeah.
Because it was after 9/11.
2002.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, 2000 and 2002.
I know my year.
All right, two more things, and then we can get to the reason why we're all here. DC Fandome. They are making a Kraven movie, Kraven the Hunter, for Spider-Man. They're talking to J.C. Chandor. He's the guy who directed Triple Frontier, that Netflix movie with Ben Affleck.
That was a horrible movie.
He had some other good movies. I can't think of. But he had like 2 other movies he directed that was good, and I'm drawing a blank. Keep talking, no country.
But yeah,
Just going to think about
so Sony is talking to him about making that for him, and then Fantastic Beasts 3 is to start filming next month in the UK.
Yeah, it's 2 movies that
Did
kind of know.
did they say how many Fantastic Beasts they're gonna do until they're caught up to the beginning of the Harry Potter series? Are they ever gonna like?
Depends on how much money this one.
Yeah,
makes.
pretty. That's what I'm going off. Is if number 3 bounces back to where number 2 didn't do as well, they'll probably continue it.
Right.
Oh, that Robert Redford movie. That was good.
But most of the years I was thinking. That movie's
So yeah, all
good.
my other
Miniseries.
stuff just talks about DC fandom stuff.
Well, we also have the announcement that Olivia Wilde is going to be directing a Marvel movie.
Yes,
Or
or
a Sony movie.
a Sony Spider-Verse movie.
Yes.
A lot of people are speculating it's either going to be a Spider-Woman movie or a Spider-Gwen movie.
I say Spider-Gwen.
A lot of people are leaning more towards Spider-Gwen, just because Spider-Gwen resonates a lot more right now because of the whole Spider-Verse movie that came out.
Which is the best Spider-Man movie.
Everyone's. I've never seen it because
it's
it just
so
looked.
good.
It looked hokey to me.
Oh,
cartoon.
you gotta
it's
watch it, man.
so
And everyone
good.
keeps talking like it's
I
amazing.
promise
So
you.
good, worth
Yeah.
it.
Good
What-
by itself.
Yeah.
Very,
Yes.
very good. Good
Yes.
music. It's funny.
Yes.
The
Yes.
animation looks great. Everything about it is just it came together well.
It's like a living comic book.
It won
Okay.
Best Picture for a reason.
So it's
Yes.
not like a
Yeah.
shitty like little kid cartoon.
No.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
Okay, 'cause
No.
that's
No.
the vibe I got.
No, like
You know,
it
like
hit-
your 8-year-old, you're putting
no.
this on for him. While
I mean, you could. I mean,
They-
yeah, but
They
like,
did a piss poor job of marketing that movie.
yes.
They did
okay,
a horrible job. of
yeah, and
marketing
again,
that
that's
movie.
what I'm coming off of is
Yeah.
the stuff that was out, the trailer and the little bits that they showed on TV.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like every part of it, you know, like
Yeah.
And I'm not big on animated movies. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
they
watch
usually-
them. I'll watch
yeah.
cartoons, like usually like Rick and Morty comedies. But I was skeptical going to see an animated movie, but I love it,
Yeah?
man. Yeah.
So I like animated movies, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
really like this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
And the big event this week was the DC Fandom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can't wait. A lot of awesome trailers that got dropped.
So for me, and for those watching, explain what the fandom is.
So the DC fandom, because there wasn't really a Comic-Con obviously this year because of what's going on in the world, DC took it upon themselves to kind of have their own.
Is it like a virtual Comic-Con?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
it was a 24-hour thing where they just dropped news for 24
I saw a little bit about it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
So-
So it dropped in just future of what's coming for.
Pretty much like for Wonder Woman, hypothetically. They
Yeah.
had Chris Pine and...
They had panels going
Yes.
on.
Okay.
So they did panels for Wonder Woman. They did panels for Suicide Squad. They did panels for Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Shazam.
Shazam.
Just the video games that are coming
Static
out.
Shock, because they announced that Static
Okay.
Shock is coming back and there's going to be a Static Shock movie.
Well, that's a possibility.
possible.
So during that they had the panels and they would drop trailers
Yeah.
as well
Yeah.
during it. Okay.
Yep.
And that was just a 24-hour repeat where they showed for like 8 hours and then just repeated.
Is that going to be watchable later?
No, 20. Well,
was-
you could probably find it online, but it's only
Mhm.
supposed to be a 24-hour thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like you'd go, you'd put in DC fandom, and it would take you right to the like you didn't have to press anything. It literally just
Went to the live
took
stream
you right
of
to the
everything.
live stream.
Okay.
Everything you have to, like I watched it for like 12 hours the other day.
Is that wow?
It
Okay.
was very informative without doing too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they kept the panels short, so you didn't feel like Jesus Christ, when this panel gonna be over? Like they kept the panels were about like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And
And
from what
then-
I saw, nothing spoiled like a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah,
You didn't leave
Yeah.
saying, "Wow, I know
They go
this."
fast.
yeah.
Somebody's in trouble.
They gave you what you wanted, but still sitting there like, give me more.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Like
Come on.
with Justice League, they
Yeah.
showed a lot in the trailer, but the trailer was only audio. It was just music.
Yep. There's no
So
like.
like there was just stills of little
the-
scenes
Gotcha.
of the Flash running,
Yep.
Yeah.
like for a moment. And that was it.
There's one audio scene and it's Ben Affleck talking as Batman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's at the end of the trailer.
For
But we'll
Black
get into that
Adam,
stuff.
which I believe we're gonna start with,
Yeah.
it's a teaser where because there's nothing shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically a storyboard walkthrough with
Of
The
kind
Rock.
of what they're gonna try to do
Yeah.
with this.
Because I
Yes.
hate big give too much away trailers.
No,
you know what I
no,
mean?
no,
So-
none of the ones that I've seen were that.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright,
so
so,
we're gonna
let's
start
get-
with Black Adam.
Yep. And then not Black Adam. Go ahead. Play it.
5,000 years ago, Kahndaq was a melting pot of cultures, wealth, power, and magic. Yet most of us had nothing, except for the chains around our necks. Kahndaq needed a hero. Instead, they got me. I did what needed to be done, and they imprisoned me for it. Now, 5,000 years later, I'm free. And I give you my word. No one will ever stop me again.
Yeah, the Wizard Shazam.
Yeah, the wizard. One.
Yeah. And then there's another part to that to where it introduces the JSA.
Okay.
Where he actually breaks down what the story is. Because I know you don't follow much comic stuff at all, you know. So before the Justice League, there was the JSA, which was like the old
the
school
JSA
Green
video,
Lantern,
Yeah.
with like the giant cape, the Flash with the helmet, you know, the Jay Garrett and everything like that. Before the Superman, the Batman, they're the old school heroes.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
want to go to the JSA video of Black Adam? Yeah.
Yep, the introduction. So
I haven't seen that.
yeah, so this is them breaking down a little bit of the story, and then we'll kind of talk a little bit about the characters beyond this.
Okay.
I have a knack for destroying bullies. But there are some who think I need help. Hawkman. Dr. Fate. And their new recruits. Cyclone. And Atom Smasher. They call themselves the Justice Society. An organization that believes in fighting for truth and justice. Well, I'm going to teach them that the only beliefs I fight for are mine. Welcome to Truth, Justice, and the Black Adam Way.
I like that. His cartoon version isn't big enough. They need to add more muscles.
Oh yeah, because The Rock is
So,
huge.
like, do any of you, I know James does, but know about like Dr. Fate or anything like that?
Hawkman.
No.
I know about
Okay.
Dr. Fate because of Injustice video game.
So,
So, I,
Dr. Fate is the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the
So,
Doctor Strange.
He's
of
a
DC
he's
universe.
the helmet is actually what makes Dr. Fate.
Mhm.
If you put on the helmet, you become Dr. Fate.
yeah, because isn't he like just like a normal doctor?
He's
The character.
he's a lot of different
Yeah,
people.
He's a
he's been
normal guy.
he's
Yeah.
been a regular dude.
Kids.
In the new DC stuff, animated stuff in the comics, it's Zatanna's father
Yep.
that is Doctor Fate, which
Yeah.
makes him even more powerful because he already has an understanding of like dark magic and stuff like
Pretty
that.
much when you put that helmet on, you know all the spells in the world essentially.
Infinite universes, you know how to get to those infinite universes, timelines.
But because of that, you're not always the most like
likable.
yes. You're just like,
He's kind
You
of
know it all.
yeah,
he's
he
a
lives
know-it-all.
in a-
He's kind of a dick.
yeah, he lives in a tower. He kind of just like there's no reasoning with him.
Yeah.
He's just like, well, no.
Also, basically, when you put the helmet on, you're basically trapped because
Yes.
he's using the helmet's using you.
As
So you're a host
Yes.
to the helmet.
Yes.
So
so like a quick
what is the helmet? Who created the helmet?
It's the helmet of Naboo.
yeah.
Something like ancient Egypt or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So you know he has powers of spellcasting, superhuman strength, invulnerability, telekinesis, telepathy, pyrokinesis, lightning manipulation, teleportation, healing, force field, ice manipulation.
Every
Yep,
superpower.
and ability
there
to
is.
travel between parallel Earths.
Okay.
So he's very he's like
Mhm.
he's equivalent to Doctor Strange pretty much.
Yeah.
Like in theory.
Okay.
You know, Hawkman is just a mythical Hawkman from like
So depending on the Hawkman, it could either be the human who finds the Hawk people relics that brainwashes him to think that he's a Hawk person,
or from back
or if he's
the
actually
Vandal
from
Savage.
Thenis, the planet. What's their planet? I think it's Themyscira is their planet
Yeah, the one yeah.
where they're from.
Okay.
And then like Yeah, like Hawk made me really cool because usually it ties into Vandal Savage, who's one of the best immortal DC villains. So like that, it could tie in a lot. Black Adam is very strong. He's like an anti-hero where he's not always bad. In his
I kind of got that vibe.
Yeah, like you said, it's his justice. Like
and he thinks he's doing good, but that's gonna tie into where people. So that means it's gonna take place probably in like the 50s. The 40s and 50s.
There's a lot of speculation it's going to be more current, and because you're going to see Superman.
Current, but I mean because of the Justice Society, they're thinking it's going to be older because that's what because if it was current, it would be the Justice League.
Right.
That's what followed after. So they start off.
They could have like separate organizations.
So, but when it comes to like when it's going to probably be that and then lead up to maybe at the end him with Superman or him with Shazam, leading into the Shazam 2 movie announcement, which was Shazam: Wrath of Gods,
but before he announced that, Shazam, the director of Shazam, actually trolled fans with a fake poster and fake title saying Shazam 2. Now the kids have facial hair because it was supposed to start filming this year. But once again, because of everything, it couldn't start.
So I liked Shazam, but it was a little too PG for me. So is the second one they're gonna up the?
They may, especially with Black Adam.
Yeah. You know.
So that's probably because he's probably gonna become the villain.
Okay.
Funny thing is, before they announced Shazam, they actually announced the Black Adam movie. Black Adam movie is supposed to come out like 6 years ago or something, or 5 years ago.
Still planning for The Rock.
Yes.
Oh yeah. The whole time it's been The Rock. Ever since they announced it, it's been The Rock.
So he's just started getting jacked for this, and he's been waiting.
So he's been waiting so long. Play the other video with The Rock that I have lined up, where he sends a message. Nope. Yeah, that one. That'll work. You just.
Yep, that one.
It's a video from him.
I need you guys to help me get a message out to some of the other ones. Some of the other DC superheroes. Let's let Flash, Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Let's let them know something. Things will never be the same, because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Like, I'm taking over the DC universe. This is my franchise now.
You can close those. That was some of the biggest news to start off.
Yep.
And then after that, the big one was, I'd probably say the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Which, once again, what they did is they just showed
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, they showed a lot of the characters of who they are, because there's probably like 15 or so characters in there.
Because a lot of the gripe with the first one is it's the Suicide Squad. They're meant to die. Nobody died.
Well, no.
So
two people died. Two people died in that movie.
Is this a reboot?
No. It's a sequel.
Yes. I heard it's a soft reboot / reimagining. That's what I heard.
Well,
it's gonna be a completely different type of feel because of James Gunn.
Yeah. The only thing is there are going to be returning characters from the first one, like Harley Quinn's in there. Boomerang Man, Captain Boomerang is
Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang is in.
It's like when you said Hawkman, all I can think of is Bird Person.
Bird Person.
Bird Person.
I'm Boomerang Man. Mike's like, you don't exist. Go back to Finland.
Superman throws me, I come back.
You just leave shit at your house. Left your toothbrush.
There is a lot of characters. So a lot of people are saying like, yeah, they're gonna just be killing people because they have the characters where they're like, all right, we can just kill people because you're the Suicide Squad. You're supposed to die. Like
not only that, but all the stars it lists.
Yeah,
you can't afford to have them all throughout the whole movie.
Exactly.
There's like 30 different movie stars.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna die. They did probably in the first.
I think there's like 28 something like heroes that they're using or villains that they're using.
There's actually a trailer that showed it's just music with
it's the character reveals.
Yeah,
they did a character reveal trailer, and then they did the behind the scenes look. But yeah, if you want Adam, go ahead and play that video. We can check out this behind the scenes look at Suicide Squad.
I think it's going to surprise people.
You kind of sit there and go, how did they do that? It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
There's no one better in the world to direct the Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
I was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with the brilliance of James Gunn's characters and comedy.
You need your director to set the vibe.
The Suicide Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty. Within most of them. Some of them are just pretty crappy through and through.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he needs to kill along the way.
Okay, I got it.
Don't ever settle back like you think you know where this is going, because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense about what's about to happen next, James comes in.
Everyone's exploding. Genitals, heads, arms, legs.
It's like a big, massive graphic novel brought to life.
This is by far the biggest movie I've ever made.
I don't think that you know what to expect.
Don't get too attached.
This has been truly the greatest, most exciting journey of my life making this film. Cut. That was great.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence.
You're my dream, you're my nightmare. Life is a breeze, she don't fight fair.
Welcome, Task Force X. These are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Run away from the pain, I don't care. 'Cause I think I need some guiding. No, the kids don't stand a chance. All the man, something back again. I had the upper hand, oh no. I'm back to the back again. My plans like, oh no. Old man, trouble back again. Thought I had the upper hand, oh no. I'm back to the back again. My plans like, oh no. First day in sight, the violence. Turn around and day in fight, the silence. Turn it down. I think I need some guidance. No, the kids don't stand a chance. Old man, trouble back again. Thought I had the upper hand. Oh no, I'm back to the back again. Now my plans like, oh no. Old man, trouble back again. Thought I had the upper hand. Oh no, I'm back to the back again. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the gap. Yeah, a lot of people to kill.
Plus, he said in that little review, he said, "Don't get too attached."
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's telling you people are gonna die.
Of course.
So, like I said, so that's gonna be a big one. I feel like they're gonna do better than the first one, because the first one I felt like it was too safe.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, like, yes,
It didn't make sense.
it could have also been because of some of the actors. Like, I don't know if Will Smith would have died. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I can't die.
Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be Tom Hardy
I know.
instead of Joel Kinnaman, but then there was an argument with screen time between Hardy and Will Smith, so then Tom Hardy ended up not being in it. So then they.
So that's a big one. We'll talk a little bit about the other news that was announced. It's one. So, the Flash movie.
Yes.
They announced a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, that Michael Keaton signed a multi-movie deal, possibly, to be in that. They also announced that Ben Affleck is going to be in it too.
Yep.
He signed back on as Batman.
Yep.
Then, beyond even that, they also said that Grant Gustaf from the Flash TV show is also going to be in it.
Yep.
So they're actually tying their TV universe to their cinematic universe.
They
Which
already
did in the TV show.
In the TV show with
like Ezra Miller showed up in the Flash TV show.
Yep, when they did the Crisis stuff, he showed up, and now they're going to do it again in the movie because DC is basically taking advantage of the one thing that they have over Marvel, which is a multiverse.
Yes, because they have a multiverse in the Marvel universe, but they don't tie it together.
Yes.
Like, I guess sadly, because besides me and James again, who actually knows about what the Flashpoint is?
A little bit.
Because what this movie is supposed to be about the Flashpoint, which is in the comic books, Eobard Thawne kills Barry Allen's mom. So, and then frames his dad for the murder, and he turns into the Flash, does all that. Mm-hmm. The Flash then goes back in time, saves his mom from being murdered, goes back to the universe, and everything's different.
Yeah.
So like
he doesn't have his Flash powers anymore.
He doesn't have the Flash power. Batman is Bruce Wayne's father.
Yep.
The Joker is Bruce Wayne's mother, and Bruce Wayne is dead. Wonder Woman and Aquaman are actually feuding. They're like a giant. They're warring against each other.
Wonder Woman killed Aquaman's wife.
Yep. Hal Jordan never became the Green Lantern, and he actually died going to drop a payload off to bomb one of the warring factions. Like nobody knows anybody essentially. Like everything's changed. It's when they're changing that one thing. So then Barry then has to go back and rechange it, of course. But that's one of the biggest. That's one of the best DC or best comic like series ever wrote.
Yes.
Really?
Just because of how much they actually tied everything together. Everything has its own little nuance. That just changed the whole thing of, well, I just saved one person. Why did that make such a big ripple effect? To literally, and then when he went back, it then still changed everything.
Yeah.
So,
things went to semi-normal, but there was like some difference.
Like this person no longer has a daughter; they have a son.
Yeah.
This person's brother died.
Did it ever explain why it changed so much? Did it ever
just because
partially connect the dots? Oh, this happened because of that and that.
Just because they did this one thing,
saving her. I didn't know if they.
But they just said because of him saving her, it just threw everything off.
I think it was because some of the stuff to do because like if it wasn't for his mom dying, he would have never became like a criminal investigator, which he would have never been in the lab when the lightning storm went off, the particle accelerator went off.
There's all these different nuances that tie in, but it's like that. It's an amazing book, which I do own the little graphic novel of it. But yeah, and then not to really tie into the fandom thing, but then DC likes tying all their multiverses together. Because what they did recently after that's when they did Rebirth, where they remade all the DC universe and they brought out the New 52, which another retelling of everything. Then at the end of the New 52, it was told that Dr. Manhattan from the Watchmen actually is responsible for Flashpoint, for the New 52, just because he was pretty much bored.
Really? And he stole that kid's snow globe.
Yeah.
And that's how everything gets connected.
It
all comes back to that.
All right, hold on. So, speaking of that, I actually did do a little more digging. We're not going to talk about that right now. But I did do more digging about trying to tie stuff up.
And you just tied more together. Yeah. What you did.
We don't have another 2 hours to discuss
So then Scooby-Doo.
But in other news, Zack Snyder's Justice League getting like basically front center for DC fandom.
Well, before that, are we going to show the Wonder Woman trailer and talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll tell that up.
Okay. We'll do that one next. So Wonder Woman, they did the final trailer. Finally getting to see Kristen Wiig full cheetah.
All right.
So let's
cover your eyes if you want, Jimmy.
Temptations.
Like I said,
hey Dewey, you want this?
Temptations. For a final trailer, like you still don't know.
I don't think it shows too much.
You don't know why Chris Pine's back. And
yeah.
You're still wondering how that. I have a guess, but
well, break down your guess.
Yeah. So go ahead, Adam, play that.
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. Your time will come, Diana. And everything will be different.
Citizens of the world, I'm here to change your life.
Anything you want. Anything you dream of, you can have it.
You look like you saw a ghost. Diana, look at you. It's like not one day has passed.
I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be an apex predator. You've always had everything, while people like me have had nothing. Well, now it's my turn. Get used to it.
I've never been one for rules. The answer is always more. The way I fly, they will never find us.
I forgot to tell you.
What?
Radar.
Will they shoot at us?
Barbara, what did you do?
You know, I'm not so keen on this one. I figure you are, but you know what? I'm ready to go.
I think we can do better.
Parachute pants?
Yeah,
Does everybody parachute now?
I like how they still said only in theaters. And
I like Chris Pine. He's a nice, charismatic.
Yeah. He's got decent funny too.
I was excited when they initially wanted him to be Green Lantern.
Yes.
They wanted him to be Hal Jordan. He actually turned it down.
I could see that being okay.
He turned it down to be in Wonder Woman.
It's funny you mentioned that because I actually, after I said that, it kind of reminds me of like similar to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
The same kind of.
Yeah. Well, like Zian, we don't think Ryan Reynolds is a bad Green Lantern. Now, obviously, that movie wasn't the best movie, but I still think he could have pulled it off well.
What do you like better, Battleship or Green Lantern?
Ooh.
What
Don't make me choose.
What do you like better?
Shawshank versus Godfather.
Pull them all together.
You know what's funny is I've seen Battleship more than the Green Lantern, so I'll probably have to go back and watch it. I've seen it a long time, but
wasn't exactly Sophie's choice, but all right.
That's like my worst nightmare. Just watch those back to back.
I had sweats. Just
wakes up in the middle of the night. No.
That's hell for my.
He starts picturing like the battleship all CGI in a green suit. Like,
they merged.
Rihanna's the
I was just about to say Rihanna's running down a hallway. Stop running!
So no, like yeah, like that's the next big thing they're supposed to be doing is the Green Lantern.
So a lot of this. So I saw the date for a couple of them. What's did they say when Wonder Woman 84 is?
Nope, not yet. That's why I just said only in theaters.
Okay, and then
I was about to say it was supposed to come out.
Nothing got a
this
release
summer.
date though.
No, everything's 2021.
Nothing got a release date.
Even Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with Justice League, which we're gonna show next.
Yep.
I thought it was a good trailer. It showed enough without being. It showed some from the last one, some from the current one.
Yeah.
He announced that it's gonna be a 4-hour movie that's gonna be broken up into 4 1-hour episodic things, or
you can watch it
as
all.
a 4-hour movie.
Now, before we watch it, I'm curious. I want to see it as one.
Me too.
One 4-hour thing.
Yes. Yep.
You know, I don't want it to be like when we watch Blood Machines.
Which you guys didn't, you know.
But you said it's a thing.
You know?
It's a thing. It happened.
Yeah, they promoted it better than the movie was.
Yes. But I'm super excited for it. Like this got me super like just excited overall. Like yes, like this song actually has a big
meaning for Zack Snyder.
Yes. Like if you watched The Watchmen.
Yeah.
The first movie. Yeah.
He used it in this in a scene where Nighthawk and Silk Spectre bang for the first time.
Okay.
Which is even funnier because the guy who plays Night Owl put a tweet out after this saying, I remember this song.
Good times.
That would damn. All right.
Go ahead, Adam.
The trailer we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
So who hasn't watched this yet?
secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. 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 I did my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth. I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. Hallelujah.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united.
I mean, I'm excited for it. You know what I mean? I'm glad they didn't show.
But you know what I mean? Like that really didn't give away much of anything.
No, the whole time I was watching it, it was hard for me to not like
try to
think about the other movie, right? You know what I mean? So like, oh, this.
Hey, don't think about her anymore. Think about the new girl.
The
you
new
know what I mean?
yeah, but she was
yeah. Don't think about your ex. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. But yeah, just is it because I keep hearing about how it's going to be a completely different movie. Like the story is different. All this other stuff, and it's
Flash is going to play a bigger part. Cyborg.
Yeah. Apparently, from what Zack Snyder was saying in the fandom, is Cyborg is basically the main focal point of the whole movie.
That's what he's supposed to be.
He's the heart of the movie
because of the mother boxes and stuff like that. And
well, I mean, and that kind of makes sense because you remember him in the other movie, and you're like, oh, okay, and it happened, and you're like, you see what like all that potential that they built up for him, and then he just kind of like, he's like, hey, I can make the boxes come together.
Yeah, same thing with showing more about Barry and Iris and stuff like that. And
you get more like him messing with the Speed Force and maybe some time manipulations. Zack Snyder said.
I feel like what's going to happen, completely speculation, is that this is actually going to end with the beginning of Flashpoint. That's my biggest speculation right now.
Could be. Well, I mean, so. Because the next, you said Ben Affleck's Batman is signed on for
the Flashpoint, and possibly more.
Right? Really?
Yeah.
So is
this is pretty much, if this does good enough, this may actually be enough to revive the Justice League, with what they may have actually canceled everything else.
Mm-hmm. So is Robert Pattinson's Batman not?
No, so Robert Pattinson's Batman is still he's still Batman, but he's a Batman in his own universe. They're saying that's what's great about the DC multiverse.
Okay,
you can have these different Batmans coexist and bring them in when you want them. Like,
but that's not in this universe.
No, like they're speculating that may be in the same universe as the Joker movie.
Okay.
Like I said, once again, not set in stone.
Yeah.
But that's what they're thinking because of that. Or if they want to roll Pattinson into it, cool. Flashpoint ends universe is fixed. There's a different Batman now. It's Pattinson.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how easy of a fix they could do.
Yeah.
Because when Barry comes back, things are different, and that's one of the things.
You don't sound like you like that. Please expound.
The reason I don't like that is because they could get really lazy. Oh, because of our multiverse, we can just make shit happen very lazily. We don't have to put in a lot of effort to make the continuity work and all that. And I could see that, being a great advantage, like you mentioned. They have the multiverse, they can do all this stuff, but at the same time, I feel like they could get lazy with it. And I hope they don't.
Now,
but they could just be like, well, we didn't really want to wrap this up all like that well, so we're just going to grab this scenario from another universe and, time travel and everything's fixed.
A lot of DC...
That's my fear.
Well, a lot of DC overall, like, just stuff is like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we need help. All right, let me go grab the other Barry Allen from Earth 2 and bring him here to help us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me go to the planet where everybody's Nazis and battle that Superman.
They have to number their Earths. So they have like Earth 2000.
Yeah. There's 52 multiverses in the DC universe.
I don't think they would mesh well. So you look at, we've only seen a trailer for the new Batman, but look at just his spin on it in the Dark movie. Would he work well getting thrown into the universe with like Wonder Woman and Aquaman? It's a whole different tone to the movie.
Well, and that was the biggest thing when Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel. Wow, they're going too dark. They can't do that. And then they started going lighter with Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Shazam. And now some people are saying, did they go too kid-friendly? Oh, they're just trying to copy Guardians of the Galaxy. They're just trying to copy, you know what I mean?
But Henry Cavill's Superman fit with that type of movie.
Yes.
Whereas
I don't think
Ben Affleck, I thought, fit that tone of a movie.
Yes.
And Robert I'm excited for the movie, but I don't think you can mix those together and have it work well.
I don't think so.
In my opinion.
No, I think it would be completely different. It would be too convoluted trying to tie that to that.
I like that because of their multiverse, whatever, that they can do different things. Yeah. But like I said, as far as bringing things in or fixing them, or let's say there's a character or a group of characters, the whole Justice League is in dire situation, and then conveniently they can just, somebody from another universe showed up because of their powers and fixed it.
But
it's too lazy.
That's how all superhero movies are. Why is it that in Iron Man 3, the world's going to get destroyed?
Which one was the third one?
That's one with all the different Iron Man suits and everything like that. And they're like, well, luckily Thor's not around. Luckily Captain America's not around. Luckily the Hulk's not around.
Yeah.
Luckily all these people that were around at another time, they're all out of town right now. That's how all superhero movies are, where they are just, when they start tying in universes, like Captain Marvel. Why wasn't she there up until that one point where they needed her?
Yeah, no.
But that's how
I hated
all.
that.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
it. I hated
that's
that.
That's how all superhero movies are. When they start trying to do a standalone movie, the other people are just conveniently out of town. Like, yes, in DC, there actually are different cities. Like DC, there's Metropolis, there's Gotham, there's Central City, there's Star City. There's all these different cities. Comparatively, Marvel, everybody's in New York. Every single person's in New York. Every single movie takes place in New York. But luckily, they're all not there.
You've forgotten about Sokovia?
But guess what? They all were there.
Like, Sokovia right here, man.
But you know what I mean? Like just that type of thing.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying, but I see the ability of DC to do that, which I don't care for more often because of that situation.
Well, it's harder.
It's
harder because they are parallel universes. So not everybody can just jump between them.
Yeah.
Barry can do it because he's fast. You know what I mean? He can run there.
Mm-hmm.
They do have Dr. Fate. They do have all these other people that can do it. Yes, but they're not like an easy like, hey, let me just do this to this.
Yeah.
Unless you're in like a god tier, you really can't just be like, hey.
Well, and historically DC movies either have performed very well. They perform much, let's say, lower standards than like a Marvel movie has. Now, the question I would ask, why, right? Why is that?
Well, because the biggest one is Marvel took about like 12 or 13 movies before the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
They did Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give you anybody to care about.
Right. So the point I'm getting at is Marvel set up better continuity than DC. Look at like the X-Men stuff. It's a fucking mess.
But hold on. Now, how are they going to tie that in? How are they going to tie in mutants existing this whole time? Remember, now X-Men's a part of DC.
Yeah,
a part of Marvel.
It's easy. You don't roll it back. You just say now there's mutants. You don't say they were already here. You don't like Magneto and Professor X don't have to be from the 1950s or 40s. Just start it now.
The whole point I'm trying to make is DC, in my opinion, one of the things, not the main, maybe the only thing, but one of the things that that has them at a lower plane of success, with the exception of a couple out like Wonder Woman and stuff, is their continuity and keeping things straight sucks compared to the movies. So it's confusing and like a lot trying to understand. Well, where are they? How did they get here? And all this. So I think that's part of the reason they have performed well, and that's what I'm worried about with the multiverse thing and how they always seem to like do a shit job of having good timelines that make sense.
Well, I think besides Flashpoint, they may not do that.
Yeah.
Because that's what the whole Flashpoint is. Is different things happening because of this.
Yeah. You got Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck.
So I think
you
what
got 1980 Batman and.
I think what they're gonna do is it's probably gonna start off with current Ben Affleck Batman. Something's gonna happen. He's gonna go back in time. Then he's gonna run to the Batcave. It's gonna be Michael Keaton, or they even wanted Jeffrey Dean Morgan or whatever, the guy from. They wanted
his dad.
He wanted to actually play Thomas Wayne again as the Batman from that one future.
Yeah.
Because in Batman vs Superman, he played Thomas Wayne.
Okay.
He died.
Which, real quick, I would totally be in on Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Bruce Wayne's father playing that version.
Because that Batman's a lot darker. He uses guns and everything like that. Like I said, that story's all messed up.
And like I said, his wife is the Joker. Like
I feel like that's gonna be just that. I believe beyond that, they may not just tie in like hasn't even in the comic books. There hasn't been many series when there's been like two Batmans. Right. When it always is like a cross universe type thing, it's usually always the Flash.
Okay.
Because he ties in Jay Garrett, who's in some universes isn't actually a different Flash.
Yeah, there's Jessie Quick. She's the Flash of Earth 2.
Yeah, like I said, like Jay Garrett from the previous one in some continuity.
Yeah.
So it's all different. Like, but there's so many different ways they could do it. Like one would be really cool is I think it's Earth 3. Is that Earth 3 the evil one? They have one where actually all the superheroes are evil. So there's an evil Batman. There's an evil.
So
Superman.
are all the villains good?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Lex Luthor is part of the Justice League.
Yeah.
He's not the Joker. He's the Jester, and he's part of the Justice League.
Yeah. So but there's like a Batman evil one. What's his name? Owlman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like Owlman.
Supergirl or Superwoman. She's called instead of Wonder Woman.
But there was a really cool one where this bad Earth was trying to come into this Earth and take it over. Okay. So it was a really cool scene where Batman was fighting Batman, Superman was fighting Superman, but they all knew each other because they're each other.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool way they did that. Like
Owlman was a little bit more metal. Like his uniform, like he had like metal claws for his hands and stuff like that.
So they have a lot of universes they can tie to that they really don't always cross over. Every year, DC does one giant comic book series where they do tie in different universes.
Yeah,
they've done it a lot of times. Like I said,
and I get that, and it makes sense. Like you can do that in the comic, but I guess, like I said, it's just a concern of mine.
I don't think they're gonna go that route with this.
I just don't want them to get so messy like they have been historically. I think that's a big contributor to why their movies have not, because people like, especially sequels, right? You know, like you get so jazzed for a Marvel sequel because you're like, oh shit, they left a cliffhanger for the last one. What's gonna happen in this one?
But now I'm worried.
You know,
I'm worried about Marvel.
Phase 4, you mean?
What the hell are they gonna do? Who the hell cares about any of their heroes anymore?
What do you mean?
Do you care about the new Captain America? But you know what I mean, like
no. But so.
Well, it's like,
but I'm saying, but are you as excited for the TV show over a new movie?
I mean, I would prefer a new movie, but I was like, I'm super jacked for the TV show. I think.
But you know what I mean, like, but how are they gonna tie that into the new big baddie?
And now you literally have to watch everything, the shows and the movies, to make sense of anything, because they're all going to tie together. And if
Which
you don't watch
is that true? Like you have
to
watch the shows?
Yeah, Marvel's already said like the shows and the movies are all going to be coherent with each other. So if you miss
WandaVision's going to tie into the Doctor Strange sequel.
Yeah.
Captain America, you know what I mean? They're going to tie into this. They're all going to tie
why
in.
is that a bad thing? It was cool 5 years ago. It was the shit. And then now it's like, oh, it's a bad thing. Now I have to watch all this.
But
I think years ago it wasn't really necessary. It was just you got little Easter eggs for people that did follow it. It wasn't like you needed to watch it to know who this person is. Like basically, I think they're getting rid of the origin stories and they're expecting you to know all these things going into a movie now.
Yeah,
that's
like before you didn't have to watch Marvel Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I've seen 0 Marvel
You didn't
TV
have
shows.
to see Punisher.
I
You didn't have to see Defender. Now you have to see those.
It's just 2 shows. It's 2 Disney Plus shows. They're just the other. What other show? It's just Winter Soldier and Falcon and WandaVision.
They're also doing a She-Hulk. They're also doing a Moon Knight. They're also doing a
hold on. Wait.
And they even said all of them are tying.
Right, but how far? Like Moon.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Like
tying.
5 years from now.
But are they tying?
They're actually tying stories that involve the actual movies.
Yeah.
So they said like if you don't watch the show, you won't get the movie.
Pretty much.
What movie is Marvel gonna make where you're gonna be there and be like, what's huh?
No,
what?
but I mean,
like they ain't making. Like a who done it?
Sense
Like if you can't follow a Marvel movie.
No, but I mean like different characters. Like they may bring up different things. They may bring up.
You're watching the movie like, what the fuck did this character get here?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that it's too
Oh.
high risk for them to make a movie that if people don't see a TV show, they're not gonna get it. That's too high risk.
It's gonna be like a small little piece of nugget. Like, oh, if you watch the show, you understand a little bit more in the background.
Well, they literally said WandaVision is actually gonna have plot details about Doctor Strange.
How is that different than like the Avengers movies, like or watching Civil War? If you didn't watch Age of Ultron and you didn't see Avengers and you didn't really see the tension between Tony Hawk and Captain America,
You say Tony Hawk? Can you see the tech deck?
Jesus,
he's staring at the little tech deck and he says Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Here you go, bud.
There you go.
Kaiser Soze. I'm just looking at shit, Dave.
Do a kickflip.
Yeah.
No, but because the biggest difference with that is, did you have to watch a 9-hour TV show, a 10-hour TV show?
No, but you watch the movie. But what I'm saying is, if you just watch Civil War, you can get the gist of it that they don't like. But if you watch the other Avengers, you understand that it's been brewing for a little bit.
Yes.
That's all they're gonna do with the TV shows.
If
you watch the movie, you're gonna be fine. But if you watch the TV show, you get a little bit more background of this character's motivation.
I would be very surprised if they make it so that if you don't watch the show,
it's not going to be required watching.
It's too risky. It's just too risky. They wouldn't do
Well,
it.
no, in their eyes, they can put out a piece of garbage and you're still gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Because in their eyes, it's pretty much.
Nah, but here's the thing: if they come out with if they come out with one, and I'm like, and then they're coming out with another one that's kind of like you hear is kind of the same way, I might not, at least not in the theater. You know what I mean?
I think Marvel suffers from what Star Wars is. It's just filled with the fandom and all the fanboys that drive the ticket sales. But in my opinion, there's some really good Marvel movies, but there's a lot of them that are not good at all, or were very overhyped, or it's not as good as everybody says it is. But just because it's a Marvel movie, oh, we gotta see it. It's awesome. It's better than DC. Everybody fights for Marvel, so they got a larger following. And I think it suffers because I don't care for Star Wars movies either.
Yeah,
they're all,
like I said, that's just my biggest worry is that they're gonna try to right now, you have to pay $7 a month to be able to watch this. And people be like, okay, fine, let me do this. You know what I mean? Like, if they started saying Mandalorian's gonna tie into the next Star Wars movie, hypothetically, you know what I mean? But that's what they're gonna try to do.
I think it's too risky. I don't think
with
it's gonna work.
With Daredevil, Punisher, stuff like that, they were all standalone, very, very good, connected in that universe.
But it wasn't even connected. Daredevil and Punisher didn't have shit to do with the MCU.
No. I mean, Daredevil connected to the Punisher.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, they were their own entity. Like, everybody wanted them to tie in. Like, everybody wanted Charlie Cox to be Daredevil.
It's the same, but I'm thinking it's going to be, if you didn't watch Defenders, but you watched Luke Cage Season 1, you got a little bit more backstory on Luke Cage and what was going on, but it wasn't like you were completely lost coming into the first episode. It's going to be the same thing.
I think it's just such a bigger risk with movies.
Yeah, but they're not.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're not.
I think it's too big.
You're saying it as if they're going to leave on this cliffhanger, and then they're going to make a movie that immediately starts off the cliffhanger, and you have no idea what's going on. It's just going to be little nuggets.
But they're going to pull up things about WandaVision with Wanda and Doctor Strange because of Sorcerer Supreme and how strong Scarlet Witch is.
Right.
And it's actually going to tie into the movie.
And you say, well, I don't know. Okay, that's my point. Is like, why is that bad? Are you not? Do you not plan on watching the show?
I may.
You may. You're not gonna watch it.
So.
No.
I'm just saying.
I don't think it'll be. I agree with you. They're like, okay, they're gonna tie in some stuff, and you're gonna learn more. But I don't think they're gonna do it to the point where, like, if you didn't watch the show, the movie's not gonna make sense to you because it's too much of a risk. Why would they make a hundreds of $1 million movie? And then like a bunch of people who like I don't really watch TV shows.
Now, if it's shit like Marvel, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then I'm 100% with you. Like they're putting out some garbage that I don't want to see. Like I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it sucked. I'm not watching that. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit through there to get 2 minutes about some background on Thor. I'm not.
And
watching
that's actually the first one where they tried doing it and it failed miserably.
Well, they didn't. Did they really?
Yes, because
they
tried.
brought in Lady Sif.
It was after Thor 2. They're actually like that. Actually impacted the whole TV show.
Mm-hmm. No one cared about that. If you bring Chris Hemsworth on the show, then that's what I'm talking about. If you bring in Mark Ruffalo on the show, then that's what I'm talking about.
Thanos' snap impacted Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. also.
But we're talking about.
I mean, that makes sense.
We're
that they
talking
would have
like
impact the show.
A C-level character, like.
Yes.
That ain't impact. That. Like if that's what you're talking about, that ain't tying up the movie. That's not leading to the movie. That doesn't do shit.
But now they're actually classifying all those as a part of Phase 4.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is,
I get what you're saying. That yes, the shows are a part of Phase 4, but you don't have the movies are not going to be subject to the show's influence.
Yeah. They're gonna have some different. They're gonna have some ties in.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but if the shows, and I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying, if the shows are movie level quality and they're just as good as the movies, then what's wrong with that?
No, it's just a completely different media. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but
they're trying to tie.
It's really good.
Yes, they're trying to tie everything together.
That's great.
That's their thing.
That's fine. But I don't want, and I don't think most people want to have to watch the show to be able to watch the movie properly.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be like if you miss this, but they're going to tie in story elements from the movie and the TV show.
Yeah. Okay. Why wouldn't they?
So
that's fine. That makes sense.
But like plot points and stuff like that.
I mean,
but they're not going to carry plot points in the TV show that are so critical to the movie.
Not that's going to ruin it, but maybe character introductions, maybe power introductions, stuff like that. That then just going to pull up in the movie.
But remember all that damn whining with Daredevil? Why don't they acknowledge the rest of the universe? Like, what do you want? It to be standalone or for it to bring in elements of the movie?
Well, no, I'm just worried that they're going to try to do too much to try to salvage it. That's what I'm just getting to. Is that because now that they lost their heavy hitters, they're trying all these different things to try to make people watch so much more.
If you think Robert Downey Jr. ain't coming back, you have lost your damn mind.
He's going to have to.
He's honestly already tried his own thing with Doolittle. It didn't work out.
He ain't coming back.
But that's going to be for the whole What If series.
No, not for that anime. He's coming back. It's just not some Marvel's fine. Here's the thing. I want DC and Marvel to make the best movies ever. Like I want them all to be good. I don't give a shit who do better. I want it to be good. I just don't want it to go back in time where you got really bad comic book movies. I just don't want to see a whole bunch of origin stories again.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid of with Marvel. I don't feel like sitting through origin stories again.
They're gonna do it with Morbius.
Yeah, it's
they're gonna do it with Kraven.
I hate.
I would put those more as those are Sony movies because those are part of the Spider-Man
I'm talking
universe
MCU. Yeah, now
versus...
Sony. I get Sony; they have to build themselves up.
Yeah.
I get Sony having to do some of that, but
then they're
Marvel. I don't want to see any.
Well, then they're doing Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which then is also then tying in the Iron Man 3 bad villain.
Oh, the Mandarin.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
He's the villain in this. So
was he the villain in Iron Man?
He's like, was he?
But he was the big bad. But now they're gonna bring another one.
Or was it the guy from Memento?
I'm thinking Guy Pearce. Right.
But
now, I don't know
No. I'm just an actor. My name's Trevor.
So they're bringing him back
some cocaine?
again in another movie.
So
Can you pull up Marvel Phase 4?
But so I wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Just pull up on Google.
While he looks
so
up,
I can see the picture.
While he looks at that, so you're talking about like, okay, they're getting rid of their heavy hitters or like characters, but you got to remember, there's a lot of big, super successful, hot right now things that were nothing until Marvel made them something. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Now, I didn't know shit about that
No.
until they brought it out, and then and even in the comics, I think those weren't they were a successful story, but they weren't Iron Man. They weren't
It was the first risk they took as far as an unknown.
Yeah.
Rocket Raccoon was popular because it was this little raccoon that swears and shoots guns. But the other characters didn't.
They grabbed those somewhat under the table characters, and now it's one of the bigger ones. It was really successful. So
and you didn't. I never read one Guardians of the Galaxy comic book ever.
So that's my point. Is whatever. Iron Man's dead, or we're not, the Hulk's gonna do. It's gonna be a different person, or whatever it is. I don't.
Yeah.
They have a whole pool of characters that they do a good job of making into huge, successful things.
Yes, but right here, Phase 4. 5 of them are Disney Plus shows. Technically 4.
Okay, but okay.
Wait, hold on. So walk me through here. So
Black Widow was
is the first movie.
Yeah.
Okay, then the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a TV show.
Yes, about the new the new Captain America and Bucky.
The Eternals is a movie.
Yeah, with the big cat with
Eternal's not gonna have the big dog though.
It's not the.
I said the big cast.
Oh, big cat.
Angelina Jolie. Yeah. And all them.
Big dog. Big cat.
And then what's that? Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi is the one with he's a martial artist, and that's
TV
gonna
show?
be it's a movie.
That's a movie. Okay.
Yes. Then WandaVision.
WandaVision's TV show. So everything with the Disney Plus
is a TV
show.
show.
And then Doctor Strange and the Madness of the Multiverse or Multiverse of Madness.
So Loki's gonna be a TV show.
Yes.
It's gonna be Tom Hiddleston.
Yes.
Okay, that kind of makes sense because he's not getting any other work.
Which apparently is going to be they're saying the universe where they went back in time and he got the stuff. He got the
Tesseract.
Tesseract and just dipped out. That's what that's going to be about.
Yeah.
Then the What If, which is going to be a lot of animated stories about telling different stories within the Marvel universe.
Okay, so if you get rid of you've got the Black Widow movie, you've got the Eternals, you got the Shang-Chi, then Doctor Strange. And then Thor.
Yeah, I don't count What If. And that Hawkeye probably isn't happening. Because Jeremy Renner is in some deep water. They postponed it. It's probably not happening.
Deep water?
Yeah, his ex-wife accused him of some pretty heinous things.
Oh.
So, got a little nasty.
Ooh,
so,
okay.
he's kind of on the back burner right now.
Never heard that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that.
What was he accused of?
That's what I forgot. But...
Verbal abuse.
Okay.
Not letting her leave the house, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But he vehemently denied it. It's one of those things you don't know who to believe, man.
Right.
So
Amber Heard, Johnny Depp.
Well,
they also
in that one though, every time they come into detail, damn, she crazy.
Yeah. At first you're like, oh man, I guess I could see Johnny. Then you hear about he's like, no. She was awful to me.
Right. she hit me. She hit me. I have pictures. Yeah, it was awful.
But like I said, this is just
okay. We'll break it down. We're really looking at a TV show a year that maybe has 8 episodes, maybe, and 30 minutes. If it's going like Mandalorian, it's going to be 30-minute, 8 episodes.
Yeah,
that's not damn. I got to invest into this whole analog of 5 seasons, or I can't watch Shang-Chi.
No.
So without getting too far off track, because we were talking about fandom, so we're getting into the Marvel universe. Maybe we can say this another time, but I would like to hear your thoughts on the movies.
So like I said, Black Widow, I still think it's too late unless they somehow tie it in. I think it's.
I'm not super excited.
I'm not
for
excited
it.
for it.
Mike is.
I am.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to see Scarlett Johansson put on the suit.
I guarantee this. It is going to be better than Wonder Woman 84.
I
guarantee.
I will take that.
I guarantee.
I'll take a case of body armor. Wonder Woman is better than that movie.
Hey, write that one down, James.
There's probably already scores out right now. Let's
we already saw.
Take that.
Yeah, the future reviews, time travel reviews
could be good because that's going to tie in a lot of the celestials.
That's one of my higher excited for movies, but I'm worried that they won't live up to the potential that it has.
Really like. I was supposed to say I really love the cast in that.
Yes,
movie. That's what I don't. I'm not in love with the subject material, but the cast is what makes me go
Yes. Shang-Chi,
Got
they're
some
just trying to tie in more. You know what I mean?
I don't know anything about Shang-Chi. I don't
He's
know
just a martial artist, pretty much. Like, he's
so that's another one where they're just like, what is this character? Let's just make this big
because
now.
he ties into the
Defenders and stuff.
no,
like
the
that.
I already forgot the fucking name.
It's because we need an Asian hero. Let's
Yes,
be real.
but no, the villain.
They gotta hit all the spots.
Yeah, we gotta hit that diversity.
But
They got
he
the
ties
woman.
into
They
the-
got Black Panther.
Right,
They gotta
that's
hit
what
the
it
Asian
is.
one.
So
There you go.
that ties into Iron Man.
Okay.
Because in the original Iron Man movie, he gets captured by the Ten Rings. That's who captured him, made the suit and everything like that. And then
that group in
Yes.
in the Middle East.
Yes.
They're called the Ten Rings.
Yes, and then the leader of them is the Mandarin.
Trevor.
Yes, he's
Trevor.
the leader of the Ten Rings. Shang-Chi fights him. That's where it's going to tie in there.
Okay.
Then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, they're going to try to bring in some sort of multiverses because of...
Which makes sense.
Yes, because
he can do that.
Doctor Strange and everything like that.
So if they continue
and
from
they're like,
that
"Ooh,
Doctor
DC can do it,
Strange
we can do it."
that they built up in Infinity War, then I'm all for it. Because his character was awesome.
No, I'm very excited for...
Keep that
like I said,
going.
the movies I'm excited for, I think The Falcon and the Winter Soldier could be good. I kind of wish they would have just done a movie for them, though.
Yeah, I agree. I wish it was.
No, that's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're trying to do too much. Like you said, if it's an 8-episode TV show for half hour.
But Falcon and the Winter Soldier to me would turn out like a solo.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, it's part of the thing, but like, meh.
But that's what
Not
they're.
so good.
This is what they're tying into as being the Avengers.
Phase 4 now.
Yeah, like
instead of Phase 4 just being a bunch of movies that come out, you have movies and shows.
And with this, the big thing I'm worried about is how are they with these movies right here? How are they going to bring up a big baddie?
They're just gonna tease it like a little bit towards the end of every little thing. Just
Okay,
a tease,
well,
just a tease.
Because you know this better than me. In the Marvel universe, so you had Thanos being here.
Yeah.
Is Galactus? Is he part of
So
it?
yeah, what they
So,
well,
like-
hold on. What they have is because they bought Fox. They got Galactus. They got Doctor Doom.
Right.
All Fantastic Four. X-Men.
Well, no, but I mean just the big baddies. Like Galactus is huge.
Also, they could just pull a Celestial in.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's not a big. I don't think that's a big problem.
But like I said, I'm just worried about how are they gonna tie it all in. Like the WandaVision's all inside her head, and Doctor Strange is gonna probably fix it, whatever. Love and Thor.
That's what I'm worried about. There's one thing when I look. Every time I look at that, all I think is, "Damn, I don't want to see Natalie Portman as Thor."
Like in the comics, it was a great reveal when it was actually revealed that she was Thor.
Wait, so she is going to be the new Thor?
Yeah, in the comics.
Or as soon as I heard that,
So,
I was like, "I'm out."
In the comics,
I love Natalie
Thor
Portman,
is no
but-
I like
longer
her too. I
worthy.
don't
They
see her
take
as
it
Thor.
away. They give it to her. She becomes female Thor.
Thor's no longer
In that, but now and then within Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which who knows when they're actually going to film it, Thor is actually going to be tied in with them because he left with them.
Yeah.
So what they're speculating, people are trying to shoot that in Thor, Valkyrie is going to try to make female Thor her queen.
Yeah.
I don't
All that
want
sounds awful.
that.
Everything you said.
But guess what?
Everything
You're
you
getting
just-
it.
You're going to like it.
I don't want
Hey,
any of that.
Ooh, you don't want this? Sorry.
You want to
So-
take that bet back on that Black Widow? Got,
No, I'm not taking anything back on Black Widow. See, just so people don't think I hate women action stars, I don't have a problem with it.
No, but
hate 'em.
you know what I hate?
I don't have a
Terrible
problem
woman
with
action
it.
movies.
Yeah.
So-
So, I hate just terrible movies. I don't
know?
like shoehorning shit in, and you're going to try to shoehorn a female Thor, and nobody wants to see it.
Now, why are they doing that? Is it because it's in the comic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
but it
and they
wasn't
wanted
a
to do
big
something
part of the comic, though. It was like a little.
Well, it was a recent arc.
Yeah, but.
So,
I don't think Chris Hemsworth wanted to do another Thor movie.
Do you think they are trying to force the diversity by doing it?
Probably.
That's I haven't seen
Ever
it.
since that scene and
It just
And
yeah,
then,
they'll all come
like I said,
together.
but then what I'm worried about is within this, they haven't mapped out, which they could be, mapped out any way to tie in any of their new things. Like a lot of people are speculating the big baddie's going to be Doctor Doom. Like he's going to maybe show up in here, not as Doctor Doom or Norman Osborn.
I say they have. We just don't know it because we ain't seen anything.
No, but I mean, like they haven't actually. That's what I mean. Like they haven't.
We don't know.
They haven't mapped it out in there, and
you'll get a post-credit scene, one of those
Yeah.
movies for the Eternals.
Right. You'll see. You'll get at
No,
least
but that's
you'll
what I
get
mean
an
now.
idea.
Now.
An idea. It can be Kang. It can be Galactus. It can be, you know, it can be all this. You know, it can be 100 different.
Or
like,
a Celestial.
They have plenty of villains to choose
do.
from. They have plenty to choose from. We just don't know. No. And they got that ace in the hole. They can always pull that X-Men card. If shit starts to go haywire, they be like, well, shit, here go new X-Men movie.
Here's a level 5 mutant.
Right. Right.
It always happens. This is a level 5 mutant of a particular power that is
They're going to cast somebody really cool as Wolverine, throw that bag on the table.
Who would you think would be the new Wolverine? Real quick, news on that. A lot of speculation. Shia LaBeouf.
No.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. No. I got a new thing.
It's terrible.
A big actor said his dream hero to always play is Wolverine.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking old.
Yeah.
I did see that.
He's too old. Break this one down to
He's
Jimmy.
too old.
I already know who Keanu Reeves is going to play. He's going to play the Beyonder.
I want him
smart.
I want him to play.
He has to play the. That's perfect. It is perfect.
A lot of people said that. Some people said Kang.
It is. If they ever make a movie with the Beyonder, I will
Or-
send you my shit-stained draws.
Or
I'm good.
Okay. Like Jimmy, bet's a bet.
You promise?
or Mr. Sinister. They also want him to be Keanu.
Yeah.
But like I said, I feel like if they introduce the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, that's gonna just turn everything. Like I said, just with this, I'm just not as excited.
Yeah, look, you know me on Marvel got through that lineup.
But this is what I'm just worried about is that every other one is a Disney Plus.
Yeah,
one.
it's like that's not a lot to be like, ooh.
What is the time frame they're saying there?
Fall 2021.
2 years we're going through. So
Yeah.
push it back, so probably 2.5 years now.
Probably
but
summer
when
of
you
2022.
compare that to the slate that DC just pulled out, like DC is kicking their ass.
Yeah.
Like
They literally broke the internet during the DC fandom.
And Marvel ain't got nothing to combat it. They're like, oh, yeah. Another Black Widow trailer. Like,
But
nah.
you know, like I said, like yes, they've announced they're doing a Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
A lot of people are speculating.
we know
Well,
all that.
a lot of people are speculating it's going to be maybe Namor because they showed Atlantis and he's going to be feuding with Wakanda, which has happened multiple times, and that's how they're going to introduce Namor.
It's so far away.
Then they also announced Captain Marvel 2, the new Spider-Man movie. They have other ones announced.
Did Captain Marvel? How did Captain Marvel do?
I think it did good.
Oh, it's $1 billion. No, it made $1 billion.
It's a Marvel.
It outperformed what the movie actually is. So it was it made like $1.2 billion. It's not $1 billion film. So it did excellent at the box office. Like it broke records for February.
It bugs me because like I'm gonna go like okay, Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yes.
I have my doubts, but you know damn well I'm gonna go see it. So the money is gonna show up, but then are they gonna like if they make $1 billion on a movie that then gets like a bunch of shit reviews?
They don't give
That
a fuck.
They don't give a fuck because they're gonna make $1 billion.
Look, they got a lot
It's all
of
about money.
goodwill in the bank. So, okay, you run out, you see Black Widow, let's just say it ain't that good. You're like, all right, they had a dud. They were through. And then you
I
go
expected
see...
that.
You're right. Then you go see Eternals and say it's kind of like, all right. And then you're like, all right, that's 2 in a row. And then by the time Shang-Chi rolls around and that's not good, then it's going to bomb. That's where all your goodwill goes out the way.
So 5.6 on, or sorry, 6.9 on IMDb for Captain Marvel.
What did I don't want to pick the Avengers because that's not fair. What would be a comparable?
Wonder Woman
Yeah.
did 7.4.
What did Winter Soldier get?
I'm sure
That's one of the best ones.
Yeah.
That's literally
Right,
one
but
of the best Marvel
you know what I'm
movies.
saying? Like
Iron Man
a
3.
non-Avengers.
Iron Man 3. A lot of people hate it. 7.2.
So still did better. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes me feel a little better because I thought Captain Marvel was we all I think we all mostly
It
agree.
ain't crap, but it's
No, it's not crap, but it was forced. It felt forced on you.
Well, yeah, because Wonder Woman came out, they're like,
We gotta get on that train.
Here's our female picture.
Yeah.
Black Panther 7.3.
Okay. So I feel better
That's
knowing
about
that
the
it
average.
had a
Oh,
lower
yes.
score.
Okay, Thor: Dark World,
Which was
Bad.
6.9 as well.
okay.
That's just what they get.
That's not
The worst Marvel movie in Age of Ultron.
Oh, sorry, we'll see.
That's right. You hate Age of Ultron.
So,
cool.
sorry we went on to a Marvel
I don't know where
breakdown.
Marvel we're at. We're back on the fandom.
We'll talk about the trailer everybody lost their shit about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Robert Pattinson's Batman.
7.3 for Age of Ultron. So a lot of people were worried. Oh man, Pattinson's not going to look good. The movie's not going to be good.
Well,
this is also shot off of 20%.
Yeah, 20% of the movie has been made.
And
That's it. And this is the trailer you got from it.
Has everybody seen this?
Yeah.
Okay. Adam, have you seen this?
No. Watch it. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. You're gonna you're gonna feel a different way.
Yeah. So go ahead and play that trailer.
Your pants may get tighter. Can guarantee. They're already skinny jeans too. That's what I'm saying. Hey, is that a roll of quarters? You know, you just have to believe me.
From your secret friend.
Underneath the bridge,
Who?
Topper sprung a leak, and the animals I've trapped
Haven't a clue.
all become my pet.
Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Whoa! This guy's crazy!
You're part of this too.
How am I part of it?
You'll see.
A darker Batman.
Yep.
Which I'm excited for.
Couple takeaways. One, this is year 2 Batman.
Yes.
So
year 2 Batman.
This is Batman
in his second
year of being Batman.
So he's been Batman for a year.
Okay.
He's kind of had a feel for it.
They're making an HBO TV show called Gotham PD.
That will tie into this movie.
Well, which takes place in year 1 of Batman.
Okay.
That's about all they really said.
Will it have Batman in it?
No. He may be like working on, you know what I mean, like working in stuff, but he may just be kind of like a newer Gotham kind of thing. But it's a Gotham TV show that has slight ties in just by being just by taking place within year 1. So maybe villains. You may not see the Penguin. You may not see Riddler. You may not see the big guys. You may see the Calendar Man type of thing, stuff like that.
Because apparently, Penguin's in here, but he's not the Penguin yet.
Okay.
You guys all realize that was Colin Farrell when he showed that guy, right?
Yeah, the one that says, this guy's crazy. Yeah,
well, that makes sense, because after looking at his face, kind of pudginess, you're like, oh yeah, I can see him as a Penguin. Okay.
Yeah, so that was Colin Farrell. He's playing the Penguin, but he's, like I said, he's not the Penguin yet. Like Selena Kyle, she's not fully Catwoman yet.
Right.
So the main villain's going to be Riddler, and it's just going to have Catwoman and
different
Penguin.
breakdown.
Yeah.
So like that, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. So I mean, going in, everybody's like, "Ooh, is Pattinson gonna be a good Batman?"
Well, because it's like he's one.
But
of
you
those
gotta
actors...
think of what. Why do people ask that question? It's because what he comes off of, right? The only thing that most people I think know him for is Twilight. He was in Harry Potter, and stuff like that.
But he was in so many other just good.
Rover,
movies.
great movie. Highlight did a good job.
I
The
still haven't
Lighthouse.
I still haven't seen The Lighthouse. I want to actually see that.
I don't think I've seen anything of his except for those 2.
He is in a lot of
I feel like maybe one, but
a lot of indie movies.
What's the one where he plays a rich person?
There's one he's in that's really is a space thing, but it's really dark.
High
in here.
Life.
Is that it?
Yep.
I heard it's really, really dark.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah. Is it good? Sci-fi?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cosmopolis? I think it's this one, right? Yeah. This one, he plays like a billionaire. And a lot of people think that if you watch this, you'll get a feel for him as Bruce Wayne.
As Bruce Wayne.
A lot of people didn't like the ending of that because that's the one where it ends with him standing in like a tower looking out of a window as a plane's flying toward him on 9/11.
Guess I'm not watching that movie.
Oh.
You just ruined the fucking ending.
Sorry, it came out like 10 years ago.
My fault.
So, like,
I
it's one of those movies that the ending just made people mad, like, because the movie has nothing to do with that. But then the ending, you're like, wait, what? Like, yeah, that came out in 2012. Right before Twilight Part 2. Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jeffrey Wright was on the screen for like 2 seconds, and you're like, oh, that's Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
He's Commissioner Gordon. Like,
I like
perfect.
Gordon.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be great.
I like Alfred.
Yeah, you only hear his voice, but...
Andy Serkis is Alfred's great.
The important question is you gonna sound like this?
Well, you heard that.
I know.
Like,
he just said, I'm vengeance. He didn't say, I'm the bad guy.
The biggest thing that I think lately
justice.
that DC has done is every movie or announcement they've made, minus like Robert Pattinson, which like I wasn't worried about because a lot of people thought same thing with Heath Ledger, stuff like that. But I thought all the casting has been good.
Yes.
Like you never saw like Colin Farrell, like what? That's such a big
Right,
name.
yeah.
You know.
Well, you can tell they're putting a lot of stock in the Riddler.
Yeah.
On this trailer, like they're really banking on. Oh, I think they know they got something with Paul Dano. Like, oh shit, this is pretty good. We need to lead with
Especially the version of Riddler that they're doing, like the psychopathic killer version of him. Like he's not wearing that green suit with the bowler hat and the cane.
He's not Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say. So does Jim Carrey make a cameo? That'd be great.
Well, the funny thing is that I feel like Jim Carrey now would make it.
Oh, Jim Carrey,
yeah.
because Jim Carrey is more of a nutcase, like an actual nutcase now. You know, he was always goofy before. Like now, I think if you took the darkness of the number 23, but then applied that to him being the Riddler, he'd be dark.
Yeah,
he'd be good.
But I'm very excited for it. I think DC knocked it out of the park.
Yes.
Best trailer I've seen in a long time. From the music to
the tone.
What's the rating? Do we know?
I think it's PG-13.
I haven't really seen
It'll be PG.
Oh no, they haven't yet.
I think it could be R.
I hope it is.
I hope
it's
so.
It's a possibility because of the multiverse kind of thing they're doing. The Elseworld, where you're gonna have like, here's some other Batmans. The Joker was super successful as rated R, so they can pull $1 billion making it a rated R movie.
Well, that's the thing. They've done pretty good with some R-rated movies lately, so you know.
But I don't think the movie has to be good though.
No.
If it's not, then you know.
Like I really like Paul Dano and There Will Be Blood.
He was excellent.
Like in that movie where he was
excellent.
When he was just doing all the preaching and stuff,
Yeah.
he was like, "Ooh, like,
No,
all right,
He's
you
doing
have."
Prisoners with Hugh Jackman,
Yes.
and
Excellent.
he's also very good in there.
Excellent. Yeah.
He's that slow person that took the daughters.
But I think he can play on that kind of creepy charisma he has.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of creepy, but he has some charisma.
And he doesn't have to get big because Riddler's not yoked.
No, it's the mind.
The Riddler's never been good at fighting, minus that one comic arc where they made him bigger, and he actually could hold his own with
TRT
Batman.
Riddler?
Yeah, he can hold his own with Batman with hand to hand.
Or when they did the new Hush movie, and they made him Hush, which I did not like.
Yeah. Or they did the new one where he's completely crazy and he now is a skeleton.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of things to pull from. I think it will be good.
Yep.
And I think I kind of hope though that it's not just a one and done.
Yeah. It'll depend on how successful it is, right?
Well, I hope that they have plans already. Like
I think nowadays every movie has some they start off thinking, okay, how are we gonna have
well,
in
like
the pocket
initially
for number
the
2?
Joker movie was not supposed to be a sequel. They came out. It's a one and done movie. It's a standalone. It will never. Oh, they're making a sequel because it's so good.
Because they need $1 billion. I think in this one, they slowly build up Colin Farrell as a Penguin. Like, he probably has some really good scenes. And then the next movie, like, oh, you like the Penguin? Then it's going to be all about the Penguin.
He's labeled as the Penguin in the movie.
Yeah.
In IMDb, he's, Cobblepot and Penguin. Catwoman and Selena Kyle.
I say you can sprinkle them in there a little bit, like really build them up, and then the next movie you can be Penguin, and then you're building up someone else. If you're doing a 3-movie arc.
Yeah. Like, I hope if they do, I kind of hope they do the more obscure villain.
What's that pig guy?
Oh my god, what the hell's his name? I know you're talking about.
He's creepy though.
But
I would like to see him.
But like a Clayface. With the CGI they have now.
That'd be dope. I'd be down to see a Clayface.
Would that fit in that world though?
It
like
could, because
grounded.
Well, his Clayface is dark as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they haven't brought a whole lot of like the weird sciencey stuff into Batman in the movies.
And that one seems really grounded. Like I could see that in like the Justice League.
Yeah,
Batman
movies have typically been like you said, they're real people. Like you feel like
grounded in reality. Yeah.
Depending.
That one looks super
Christopher
grounded.
Nolan, they're really grounded.
Yeah.
Pre-Christopher Nolan, they had bat nipples and a bat credit card.
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know.
Everybody
chill. I was just gonna say, like, you mean that you don't want Mr. Freeze in here?
Well,
chill out.
Well, one of the biggest things, Mr. Freeze as a character only developed because of the Batman animated series.
Yeah. Now the one in Batman animated series was so much better than the one they delivered on the movie.
The Batman animated series changed so much comic stuff within Batman. Within the Batman animated series, Harley Quinn did not exist before the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
She was so good in there, they actually made her into a comic book character. Mr. Freeze's backstory was nothing to do with his wife.
Yeah,
and everything like that.
Was he Austrian in the comic?
Yeah,
a weightlifter.
But those types of things could be really good.
Yeah.
And if they do keep the Batman going, I would even be okay with them bringing in other characters that are grounded, like hypothetically, like Oliver Queen. Like if they brought him into this type of universe where he's not super crazy, like I can't fly very fast, I'm an archer who's also that type of thing. Okay, cool.
Did you guys like the Planet of the Apes movies that Matt Reeves directed?
Oh, yeah. Are those the newest ones?
Well, he did the last two. He didn't do the first
So
one.
I've only seen the very first one of the
I've seen
James
most of the
Franco?
first one, yeah.
Yes, that's the only one I've ever seen.
Which was good.
Yes.
The tone is
I've never seen any of the others. I've seen bits and pieces. but-
Yeah, and the third one especially, like that movie is very moody. It's cold. Like you feel cold while watching that movie.
Yeah.
Like the way they were throwing water on Caesar and shit. Like you felt that. Like
Yeah.
it felt cold.
Yeah.
It felt desolate. It felt like.
Like I said, that's one trilogy I still really want to watch.
Yeah,
good
I would
trilogy.
highly.
I know you're.
suggest
I know
it.
you're a big hype on. it.
And I think it gives you an idea of what Matt Reeves is as a director. Like the action looks good, but it's not a lot. They don't give you like, oh, here's action for action's sake. But when you do get action, it's
intense.
It pays off.
Yeah.
Like the acting pays off for some really good action.
And they're like well shot and well put together.
Yeah,
too,
it's
like-
beautiful looking film. Andy Serkis just kills it.
A lot of
Just
people
kills it.
wanted.
And it's pretty funny too. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people wanted the Batman, or everybody thought the Batman was going to take place in like the 70s and 80s and everything like that from all the stills you saw.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are really excited that it's actually current because of the cell phones, the cars, stuff like that.
I'd rather be current.
A lot of people were worried that because you saw just like the still on a bike. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, that looks like it's older. That it's going to be an older movie, but I'm actually excited that it's actually current.
I am too. Yeah.
There are a lot of rumors that that's going to tie into the Joker, and that's what they're going to try to build to.
I have still not seen the Joker.
That's a good one. dude.
So that was one of those movies that I wanted to go see with somebody, not because I wouldn't go see it by
afraid,
myself.
yeah,
clearly afraid. But like I wanted,
Not
wanted
the
to go
clowns, but Joaquin Phoenix.
And I think
You had me at Joaquin Phoenix.
and it was, I forget what happened, but there was none of you guys were available or something, and like Stephanie and I were gonna go see it, and then she was working. But anyway, we never went and saw it. And then I heard what did I hear, that it was darker than people were expecting.
It's super dark.
It was super dark, and
I enjoyed
I heard
it.
it was kind of people said that it was a letdown in a lot of ways, and
well, because it wasn't a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
You had to know if you went in thinking, I'm finna see Joker just do all these crazy action scenes and all this stuff, then you would be let
the
down.
one review I read is like it was cringily like awkward or
Well,
something.
but because of the character. Like, there's some scenes in there that, like, halfway through the movie, you know, 3/4 of the way, you're like, oh, all right. Like, there's different things that if you pick up on and you actually watch it, it's all in his psyche, you know, it's all psyche type of things.
Like, for a lot of people, the reason why people say that is because for a lot of people, it hit a little too close to home.
Well,
and sure, yeah. And again, I'm not saying I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Time.
You know. Yeah, but
like
no,
everybody was super like sensitive about the
mental health stuff,
mental health, all the
so
shootings
like,
might have been happening.
Exactly. So people were like, you know, maybe a little insensitive right now, but
remember
like
South Park.
I think the word everybody used was
Joker.
Everybody felt Mexican
Joker.
No, please.
But no, I do want to see it, but I still want to like sit down and watch it with someone.
All right, you want me to hold your hand and we can watch it?
Maybe.
Hey, we're making poutine tomorrow.
We are making poutine.
We can watch it.
We could. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Don't we have to fix something? I have to fix a laptop tomorrow.
I would say nothing with me. That's this weekend.
But I'm always fixing your shit.
I know. But yeah, that was DC Fandome. Like I said, a lot of great news coming out. Little tangent about Marvel. We'll probably break down a little more Marvel. Like I said, we break down more comic things that we wish could happen. But the hard part is, it's going to be me and James talking about comic, Mike throwing in a little bit, and then you guys just going,
that sounds good.
I know some of these words.
The Flash, okay, yeah.
He runs fast.
There's a lot of characters that got to get casted, so we can think of casting. I'm gonna talk like
That's
would
fine.
you like to see casting because you still have the JSA that has to be
So,
cast.
This is what we'll do. Next week, we're gonna do dream casting. We're gonna take the top 10 X-Men. Pick who we would wish for the X-Men. Who we would wish for the Fantastic Four.
Okay. So like we were talking like who would
who do you think would play the best Xavier?
Mr. Fantastic.
Really, Pat.
Some rumor is that they want for Kraven. We talked about that a little bit. A lot of people want Jason Momoa to play Kraven.
Dude, fucking Jason Momoa can't play everybody.
I know.
Wolverine, Crow, everything. They want to play
he won't be Wolverine.
everybody.
He's too tall for Wolverine.
Sabretooth would be dope.
Yeah,
Yes.
But,
that would be
but
badass.
just looking at him, couldn't you see him playing a Kraven? That's the bad part.
Look, he looks anything that looks like an animal. He looks like.
So real quick, with the whole Wolverine thing, I said Shia LaBeouf. There was another thing that they said if it's not Wolverine that he's been looking at to play, possibly Iceman.
Too old. I hate to say it, but like Iceman's like the young punk.
Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf.
Iceman is one of the most
Shia LaBeouf
powerful.
shaves his face. He looks
He's
like
got a
he's
baby
teenager
face.
again.
He does have a baby face.
The biggest thing, well, and it's gonna be a lot of CGI color. The biggest thing with Iceman is one, he's super OP.
And they make him gay in the movies.
That's a big thing that just came out in the comics.
Of course they will.
Well, in the comics,
they
within the
will.
last like 6 years or so, he came out as being an openly gay X-Men.
Okay.
And that was a big news. You know what I mean?
100% he will be.
But I just hope what they do is strong enough. Like I hope they actually take the mutants and actually give them their, you know what I mean?
Well, so New Mutants.
Yes.
Coming up, so that's coming out.
Yep, we're also gonna try to review that a little bit next week.
We might see it this Friday.
Also, we also have Bill and Ted 3.
When does that come out?
Friday.
Yeah,
same day.
Video on demand.
Available on digital.
Well, I'm watching it on digital.
Yes.
For sure.
Do we on Plex?
Yeah. Do we want to try to watch something? We still haven't watched a movie together.
Well, it's hard.
What are you talking about? We watched Project Power together.
Which has been the number one
Oh yeah, we
movie
did
on
do that.
Netflix
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look at what it has to compete with.
No, I don't want to hear that. 3 weeks? That's good.
Sorry, name one other Netflix movie that came out.
Yeah. Huh?
Within
Well,
the
there's
last
been they count the shows too.
Name a show that came out within the past 3 weeks.
That one show, Stranger Academy.
Ooh.
Stranger Academy.
Wait, is that
Stranger Things.
The My Hero Academy. The My Hero University.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, everybody. Well, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about the new video quality, lighting, audio.
Do we sound better?
Adam's stepping up our game. We were here.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
And since we're talking about for next episode, next week, your dream casting of things. Put down what you might want for it, and if we we'll maybe discuss it in our thoughts on that.
Yeah, like I said, like I'm interested to see what people like. Me and my friends done this before. We sat around a campfire drinking all night, casting X-Men movies forever ago, and that's when one of my friends said Daniel Day-Lewis as Carnage would be crazy because he would murder somebody. He's like, well, I gotta get into character.
Actually stab someone.
Well, that's one of the best things about Carnage as a character is Ghost Rider's penance stare is one of the things that he can look at you and you'll feel the pain of everybody that you hurt pretty much. Mm-hmm. If, you know, your remorse and stuff. He did it to Carnage and Carnage just went, this is like, I don't have no remorse.
He didn't, he liked what he was doing.
Yeah, he's like, this is all good, guys. But, alright, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Alright.
Yeah.
Peace.
Later.
Bye. Yeah, we start breaking down all those, though. I think it'll be good. We'll send out a list of what characters we think.
Adam, will you do me a favor real quick? Because there was a link I wanted to click on. Type in Honest Trailers, Snyder Cut.
What is that?
The one on the right?
Yeah, no,